Hi, everyone. I'm Mark Gerritsen, your Member of Parliament for Kingston and the Islands, and I am so excited to be speaking with you today, especially because you're learning about how government works right here at City Hall, and that's awesome. So let's start with the basics. In Canada, we have three levels of government. First is the municipal level, your city government. They take care of things like garbage collection, local parks, and libraries. Second, we have the provincial government. And in our province, that's the Ontario government. They look after things like schools, hospitals, and highways. And finally, the third level of government, the federal level. That's where I work. The federal government handles things like immigration, national defense, and the environment. So, as your MP, I work in Ottawa in this building called on Parliament Hill. I'm one of 343 members of Parliament in the House of Commons. Yes, that's a lot of people. We come from all across Canada, from big cities and small towns, and we meet to talk about issues that matter to Canadians. When I first became Member of Parliament, it was in 2015. It was because people in our community voted for me in a federal election. That's how MPs are chosen. Canadians across the country pick someone to represent them. Since then, I've been elected three more times in federal elections, in 2019, in 2021, and just 6 months ago in April of 2025. Each time, it has been an absolute honor to earn the trust of voters and work on their behalf. Being an MP means listening to people, sharing their ideas in Ottawa, and helping make decisions that shape Canada's future. One of the most important things we do here is make laws. Here's an example of how that works. First, someone, usually an MP or a minister, comes up with an idea for a new law. That is called a bill. Second, the bill is introduced into the House of Commons and goes through three readings. That means we read it, debate on it, read on it, debate on it, read on it, debate on it, and then finally vote on it. And third, if it passes, it goes to the Senate. That's where senators do the exact same process of reading and voting on it as well. And fourth, if both the House of Commons and the Senate agree, the bill goes to the Governor General, who gives it something called royal assent. That's basically the final stamp of approval. And then it becomes a law. Now, here's a great example of how that can happen. A few years ago, the federal government passed a law to ban single-use plastics, like plastic straws and grocery bags. Why? Because they were hurting our environment and polluting our lakes and oceans. That law started as a bill, went through all those steps I talked about, and now is helping protect nature for future generations, including you. As your Member of Parliament, I also spend a lot of time listening. I meet with people in Kingston and the Islands, like teachers, students, business owners, and community leaders, to hear what's important to them. Then I bring those ideas or calls to action to Ottawa. Sometimes I even get letters from students like you. One issue that really stood out in recent years was the need for a national school food program. I heard from students, families, and educators who told me how important it was for kids to have access to healthy meals at school so they could focus, learn, and grow. That's why I teamed up with the Food Sharing Project right here in Kingston. Together, we gathered petitions from across our community to show support for funding the program that eventually made its way into budget of 2020-24. I brought those voices to Parliament, and I'm proud to say that they made a huge difference. It's a great example of how local action can help shape national decisions. So whether you're interested in science, sports, art, or maybe even politics, remember this: your voice matters. One day, you could be the one making decisions that help shape Canada's future. So stay curious, ask questions, and keep learning. Because the choices you make today can lead to incredible opportunities tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe I'll be sitting across from you in the House of Commons someday.